Hello, Texby here, aka Collins. I know it's been a couple of months since I've posted the Pixel and Pocket Watch, and a lot has happened. Not to say that I haven't had videos lined up, but this video in particular is about the PS Vita and what it has taught me. And a lot of the things that I got from my Steam Deck video about being too tired to game, a lot of the I would say a lot, but a great deal of the comments in there were about you're not really using the Steam Deck correctly. Um, you need to find ways to wake yourself up during the day or in the evening, drink water. There's a lot of different comments about like you shouldn't be this tired and you should be able to play the game. And you're right. Like in the video, I did talk about like sitting here having the Steam Deck and falling asleep, but most of that time was looking for a game or to find a game that I want to play. And the Steam Deck has tons of games on it. Again, don't want to detract from the fact that the Steam Deck is an awesome handheld and that if you have the opportunity to get one when they go back are back available to purchase, you should get one because it's a very powerful console or console handheld, what do you want to call it? But I saw some other comments in those videos in the video that people were like, "Hey, why don't you try back and pick up some retro handhelds like Game Boys or PlayStation Portable?" And I was like, "Well, wait a minute. I have a PS Vita in my gaming drawer that I haven't touched in I don't know. At the time, it was probably close to 3 or 4 years, and hadn't charged it in that time, and the battery was still very much alive." And same difference with my Nintendo SP, Advance SP, Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP, and my Nintendo DS and my Nintendo 2DS. All these consoles I had, the batteries have just lasted a long time. But anyways, the point being is like, hey, wait a minute, those are they're typically cartridge-based systems. So like PS Vita has the PS Vita memory card, game card, and you have physical cartridges for your Game Boys. And I was like, wait a minute, maybe that's my problem. So, of course, during the holidays, which it's been 3 months ago, I picked up the Vita again. And I said, okay, I'm going to take out the mod because this isn't about modding the Vita. This video is about the Vita itself and the experience that I had. And so what I want to say is that I went out and bought Vita games, which in some cases can be very cost prohibitive because some of them are rare, like Personas. They're kind of expensive and they hold their value. But I never play the Persona games, so I didn't feel the need to buy them. But I did buy Final Fantasy X 2. As you can see, I was had it going. Um, I did buy Final Fantasy X, 2, that whole combo kit, and I've played Final Fantasy X, and I love this game. It's one of my favorite games of all time, so much so that I got it tattooed on my right shoulder, and I have the Xanarkin Abe symbol that Titus, like Titus, whatever, um, has on his necklace. It's on my right shoulder. Needs some work, but it's there. That's how much I enjoyed and loved this game. One of the Anyways, I could talk about Final Fantasy X for all day long. But I did buy other games. I bought like Uncharted. I think it's like the Uncharted game that came out on the Vita, and Ridge Racer. And the first game I ever bought for the Vita was like Child of Light. But for me to play those games, I have to put them in the Vita. So I have to stop this game, take that game, and put it in the Vita. And I know of other retro channels have been talking about that. But that act of me physically going and picking the game, choosing the game, and then putting it in the console is me making a conscious decision on what I'm going to play in whatever I'm playing. And so, long story short, the Vita reminded me more that the energy that I was expelling that was making it so hard to play games and adding to the reason that I would fall asleep was that I was running into decision fatigue. Like there's too many things to pick on that console on my Steam Deck, which is running behind us. I just was like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to play. The last game I played seems daunting because it was a first person, not first person, but a single player game that's story driven. And I don't want to necessarily fall asleep during the story or not have enough energy to enjoy the story. And so, for example, like Baldur's Gate 3, I've played it once, I'm playing it again. I enjoy it. But the whole idea is that I don't want to miss out on the next experience that's on there. So I tend to shy away from Baldur's Gate on the Steam Deck. But like a game like this one here's Monsters Coming Rock and Road, it's so what is it? A roguelike. So it's very quick typically. And then I can just get in and get out, which is great for the Steam Deck. And it's also good for what I was looking for, which is micro burst gaming. But the Steam Deck is not necessarily as easy to carry around to meet that microburst gaming desire that I'm looking for. And so the Vita kind of fills that gap because one of the things that I love about this Vita is that I can carry it to work, which I do already, and I put it in a case with my hard drives and amongst everything. It's like a our nerd purse or nerd pouch, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, but I can put it in here. It doesn't really take up any extra space in my bag because it's in this other bag and I can just have it with me. And if I have a few minutes at lunch, when I take a lunch at work, I can play it. But what I really have found that's awesome is that when I get home from work, well, if I know I'm going to be in the office several times that week, I probably won't take it out. But I know if I'm going to be at home like over the weekend, or I'm going to be home consecutive days in a row for working remote work, then I'll take it out, put it on my um, desk shelf, put it on my desk shelf, and then if I have a couple of minutes while my kids are playing or um, there's just some downtime, I can pick this up, play for a few minutes, and go. And a lot of the games that I'm buying for the Vita or I'm choosing for the Vita are games I've already played because then I don't feel as compelled, maybe is the word, to go and finish that game and complete it. Case in point, I haven't finished Tears of the Kingdom and it's 2 years old. Like, and I'm at the end of the game. I just don't want the experience to end, which is a different thing. But again, I don't want the experience to end. So what I'm trying to say is that the problem ultimately wasn't it's still tired. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a very active lifestyle. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I work out for an hour and a half a day. I run, I lift. And then right after I'm done with that, it's, cold shower, get ready for work or get ready for the day, take care of, help my family get ready, cook breakfast, whatever it needs to be done, and then straight to work, work the the 8 hours, come home, spend time with my family, cook, clean, get ready for bed. And then by the time I'm ready to come down here, it's really like it's around 9 o'clock at night. And so for me, it's 9 o'clock at night, and there could be some follow-up tasks that I need to do. Like I've talked about in my Steam Deck video, I could be doing work that I need to get done that didn't get done during the day, or I could be interested in something else. And it just, by the time I'm ready to be like, okay, I feel like I'm ready to game, it's already like 10 o'clock at night. And by the time I'm ready to game, I'm too tired, right? Because I've already done this other stuff. Then I've expelled a lot of energy through the day. And so it was making me feel bad. But the Vita, again, allows me to have those moments. Like right now, I don't have to think about anything. I can just come over here, pick up the Vita, play 15 minutes of Final Fantasy X, and be content. And really, that's what it came down to: is gaming is a big part of me. It's been a big part of me forever, and I enjoy the experiences. They're more entertaining to me than movies, and that's why I want to continue to have them and to be able to play them well into my senior days. And there's a lot of health benefits about reaction times and being able to use your hands. But, while gaming is a part of me and a very passionate part of my life that I enjoy, there are other things that I also want to spend my time on. And i.e., my home lab, 3D printing, building software, because I build software even after I worked all day building software because that's the kind of person I am. I enjoy watches, right? Right. Nice watches. Like this one's made with whiskey barrels, and it's a mechanical movement. Um, it's an automatic movement, and or my Powered by Light Citizen Eco Drive watch. I love watches. I have nicer watches. I enjoy knives. I enjoy, you know, high end. Well, not high end, but I enjoy vinyl. And these are things that all take up time and space in my mind. And so, at the end of the day, gaming has to be frictionless. And I think that's the point that I'm trying to get to is I need it to be as frictionless as possible to enjoy it. And the more that I have to think about what game I want to play, the more likely I'm going to fall asleep. So PS Vita, let's bring it back to the PS Vita real quick. PS Vita stops that need. It's like I said, let's call it as I'll give you guys another little tidbit, little lore about me. Alton Brown's one of my favorite cooking show hosts. But anyways, this is a unitasker. I could be a multitasker, but I make it a unitasker. And that's a good thing in this particular case. One game, one experience, nothing else is on here, no jailbreaking, nothing. It's just plain vanilla Vita experience. As Sony intended you to enjoy it and you buy the games. And I will continue to buy games for the Vita and I will continue to enjoy the experiences that the Vita has. And on another big positive note, this thing's resume and battery management is super duper awesome. Like this thing here, like I said, I keep it with me. I haven't charged it in like almost 3 weeks. And let's look real quick. Let's see. And the game's been running in the background. It has 50% battery, and I haven't charged it in 3 weeks. And and the whole time we've been running it here. So what I'm trying to say is, again, this makes it frictionless. Long battery life, easy resume functionalities. I mean, I can get back into this and do what I want to do and play and go from there. And so I have more videos to come. I just wanted you guys to know that, you know, I haven't fallen off the face of the earth. I know it's been a while since my last video, but I will, excuse me, I will be keeping the beta with me for the conceivable future until something else might tickle my fancy. But there will be another video coming very shortly after this one. I have an iMac that I converted over to Linux. I want you guys to experience that with me. And again, it's focused around gaming because gaming is a big thing for me, but it's also doing other things. And then hopefully my home lab will be in a condition that I can bring you guys along. But Pixel and Pocket Watches is supposed to be everything that interests me, everything that is interesting, and hopefully some of the stuff interests you. If you want to know more about the watches, you want to talk about watches, we can talk about them in the comment section because I do love talking about watches. And I just want to say thanks for being patient with me, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.